Good day, Philippines, and good day, world. I am Philip,
Together with my teammates,
and welcome to the Tasty Table Cooking Show. In today's very special episode, we'll be tackling about food fermentation. Food fermentation is the process whereby bacteria, yeasts, mold, or fungi break down carbs, such as starch and sugar, into acids, gas, or alcohol. In this special episode, we will be making pickled vegetables, specifically kimchi atsara. Atsara, also known as Atsara or Atsara, is an appetizer made from pickled green papaya, a well-known tropical fruit in the Philippines. With its crispy texture and flavorful blend of sweet, sour, and spicy ingredients, Atsara becomes a perfect complement to heavier Filipino dishes, such as sausages, fried beef, or grilled chicken. In making atsara, sugar-containing components are the source of substrates. The main substrates in making this product are the fruit, which is the papaya, and vegetables, since they are rich in carbohydrates. The complex carbohydrates in them can also be used as substrates when they are broken down by water into simpler sugars. Table sugar, which also has a lot of sugar in them, acts as substrates, as do most flavorings, which contain very few carbohydrates. Since these ingredients already contain microorganisms, they can be a source of organisms that ferment. In this case, since the main parts of atsara are plant products, it is likely that there are a lot of microorganisms present. With this, the organisms that come from them will be enough to break down the substrates into their simpler forms.
When the shredded papaya is soaked in brine solution, the salt will have diffused into the plant cell and draws out the liquids in the papaya cells. This is because the liquid is drawn from the cells by osmosis to equalize the concentration inside and outside the cell. Likewise, the other ingredients will also lose their firmness due to osmosis as water diffuses into the brine. The addition of salt and water inside the papaya cells make them swell up, but plant cells have a cell wall which disallows infinite expansion, and that's why the shredded papaya is still crunchy when you bite them. Furthermore, the salt helps in the rupture of fruit membranes, allowing the diffusion of various components into the cover brine solutions, utilized by microbes for growth and metabolic processes.
Microorganisms that promote food spoilage and grow within the atsara during fermentation are naturally present among the fermented products. They can render food inedible, so preservation is necessary for continued consumption. To accomplish this, the growth of spoilage organisms must be inhibited so that the food can be preserved. Additionally, water mixed with sugar can also be used to preserve food simply because a high sugar content prevents microbial growth and spoilage when the osmotic pressure is increased. Adding salt or sugar causes water to move from inside the cells to outside by osmosis due to the higher solute concentration in the environment, which triggers plasmolysis. It will inhibit the growth of pathogenic and spoilage organisms by competing with other microbes and producing antimicrobial metabolites, affecting the structure of bonds in the unwanted microorganisms. A proton lactate importer that is electrogenic is how Lactobacillus transports lactic acid as lactate ions outside of the cell during fermentation. These natural antimicrobial elements synthesized by lactic acid bacteria significantly impede the action of food spoilage organisms.
So let us start with how we're going to make this kimchi atsara. Firstly, we're going to wash and prepare all the ingredients and utensils. After preparing, we're going to get a bowl and mix 3 cups of papaya, 1/2 cup of red bell peppers, and 1/2 cup of carrots together. Next, we're going to get another bowl and place 5 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of kosher salt or any kind of salt. Once this is already thoroughly mixed, put it in a bowl of vegetables. So as we mix the dry and the wet ingredients, we're going to leave the mixture outside for at least 4 hours. About 3 hours in a food processor, place 2 red onions, 8 pieces of garlic, and a 3-inch piece of ginger, then grind it all together. In another bowl, place 1/3 cup of sugar and 1/3 cup of fish sauce. Then, mix in a bowl the grinded vegetables and the bullet vegetables. Make sure to shake off or squeeze out excess water and mix it well. And after mixing, add how much gochujang you want for your pickled vegetables. Once done, put it in the fermentation jar or an airtight jar, and it is important to press it down so the vegetables are covered with the juices that they release. In this fermentation process, glucose is converted to pyruvic acid through the glycolysis process. In glycolysis, 2-ADP and 2-NAD+ are converted to 2-ATP and 2-NADH. After glycolysis, pyruvic acid is converted to lactic acid with the conversion of 2-NADH to 2-NAD+, and NAD+ is regenerated to continue the glycolytic process. Therefore, the lactic acid formation equation is written as the fermentation process invests in ATP in formation of ADP, energy is invested, and that is the endergonic reaction. But as the process moves along and exerts ATP and NADH, there is energy payoff, which is also called exergonic reaction. Reduction and oxidation are also present in the process where pyruvic acid is reduced to lactic acid with the help of reducing agent NADH+, H+, which oxidizes to NAD+. Let this ferment for 2 to 8 days depending on how you want to taste it.
In the reaction that follows after the glycolysis stage, the pyruvic acid and NADH react to produce lactic acid and NAD+. This improves the quality in such a way that the microorganisms involved break down the carbohydrates or sugars to generate lactic acid in an anaerobic environment. Lactic acid fermentations aid in a food's resistance to microbial spoilage and toxin development. Not only that, acid fermentations modify flavors and also increase nutritive value due to vitamins secreted by the fermenting microorganisms. Atsara is high in fiber, vitamin C, and antioxidants, thus it can make you regulate the body's use for sugars and lowers your cholesterol levels.
Thank you for watching our special episode. We hope you will come back and learn more from us. Once again, this is the Tasty Table Cooking Show. Goodbye!